explanation fastly. All of you. So substitution reaction, the reaction in which one or more hydrogen atoms, the reaction in which one or more hydrogen atoms of a hydrocarbon, of a hydrocarbon, of a hydrocarbon are replaced by some other atoms, are replaced by some other atoms is called a substitution reaction. Is called substitution reaction. What is the example of substitution reaction, everybody? What is the example of substitution reaction? Chlorination reaction. All of you remember that. So chlorination reaction, that is what? Replacing hydrogen with the chlorine. So you can write this example. So here, how many hydrogen is replaced? Anybody can tell? Formation of chloromethane. How many hydrogens are replaced? All of you?
Single hydrogen.
Single hydrogen. Now, I can replace 2 hydrogens. I can replace 3 hydrogens. I can replace 4 hydrogens also. You can see. Now, CH4, I will draw the structure. Nowhere in the books you will find. So all of you observe very carefully. How many hydrogens are there, Almukil, first? 4 hydrogens are there. Now, I am going to remove 1 hydrogen so that I am writing like this. What is this called as? What is the name of this one? 1 chlorine is there. So that I am writing CH3Cl. This is only called as what, guys? Chloromethane or methyl chloride. Okay. Now, observe very carefully. Mr. Rahul, concentrate on this. Later I will say. Now replace with the 2 hydrogens. What is that called as? Anybody can tell? Now 2 hydrogens I am replacing. See that now. 2 hydrogens with the 2 chlorine. So what is the name of this one? All of you? CH2Cl2. CH2Cl2. So how many hydrogens are there? Now tell me fastly. I will replace with the 2 hydrogens. So I will get dichloromethane. What we used to call this one? All of you? Dichloromethane. Understanding? Or we used to call it as methylene dichloride. Please write. Methylene dichloride. So that is what will happen. Now, I can replace with the 3 hydrogens also. 3 hydrogens, everybody tell me what is the formula will come. I am replacing with the 3 hydrogens. All of you should tell me the formula. What will happen? CHCl3. CHCl3. Do you understand, all of you? So this is what? What is the name of this one? Anybody can tell?
Chloroform.
Trichloromethane. Understand, Rudreswar? Trichloromethane. So this is only name called as it is common name. Mr. Rudreswar said. What is the name of this one? Everybody? Chloroform. CHLORO. Chloroform. Which we will use it as in where? In hospitals and all we will use. Those who watched that Gorilla movie, in that also they will use that one to make it. Where we will use this chloroform? Anyone?
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia. That is only, what is the scientific name? What is the scientific name? Trichloromethane. To give the operation and all surgical operations in hospitals. Anesthetic is a substance which induces intensity to pain. That is what relaxation will go to the like coma stage where operation and all happens. That pain and all will never feel. That is what we'll say. Commonly known as chloroform is the trichloromethane. So same way, like one of the most non-polar substance which we can dissolve other than water, that is what last, replace with all 4 hydrogens. We all know this is the most popular one. What is that? Anyone?
CCl4.
So CCl4. What is this called as? What is it called as? Carbon tetrachloride. Understand? Or we can say tetrachloromethane. Please write it. Carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride, or we will say tetrachloromethane. So this is what we can replace. This is what is we used to called as substitution reaction. Either I can replace with 1 hydrogen or with 2 hydrogens or with 3 hydrogens or with 4 hydrogens. So always you can remember we will get the new substances. This is what we used to call as substitution reaction. But if you take all the saturated carbons, what is another saturated hydrocarbons? Anybody can tell? Everyone, please. What is another saturated hydrocarbons? C2H6, C3H8, C4H10, C5H12. These are also react with the chlorine, same like methane. So that is why these are called as what, guys? We have some name. Anybody can tell what is the name of this one? All will react. One will react with the chlorine. Remaining all other compounds also will react with the same chlorine. They are having the same general formula. CnH2n plus 2. We used to call some name for this one. Anyone? Yes, please.
Homologous series.
Homologous series.
Understanding? That is what you have to remember. So basically they will very unreactive because of carbon-carbon single bond, but they can replace one oxygen, one hydrogen, two hydrogen, three hydrogen, four hydrogen also to form the different substances. So that is what you have to remember. That reaction is only called as what we used to call substitution reaction. So best example, substitution reaction of methane with the chlorine, you all people can remember, only it will take place under the presence of what, guys? Under the presence of sunlight.
Sunlight.
Now in this, out of all these four compounds, see that I am drawing every compound, please all of you draw. Now if you'll open in your NCERT book, first page, one tabular column melting points will be there. In the tabular column you will get one of the compound of this substitution reaction. What is that reaction, anybody? What is the compound? Check it and tell me. Yes, Maitreyan?
Sir, chloroform.
Chloroform, very important. So please all of you remember. So if in homologous series, if one of the compound is reacting with any kind of substitution reaction, definitely all other hydrocarbons also will undergo substitution reactions with the same element. That is what you have to remember it. So this is what is substitution reaction. It's very simple. Anybody is having any doubt, please kindly let me know. So this is the most important reaction. Now once again Mr. Rahul is asking the definition. I will repeat the definition. Anybody is not writing, please write it. Right. The reaction in which one or more hydrogen atoms, all of you write this neatly. Nowhere you will find it. Please write it. The reaction in which one or more hydrogen atoms of a hydrocarbon are replaced by some other atoms is called a substitution reaction. What is the example of substitution reaction, guys? Everybody? Chlorination reaction. Okay, that is what. And one point you write, everybody keep heading before going to next concept. Write note and write substitution reaction are a characteristic property of saturated hydrocarbons. Who is saturated hydrocarbons, guys? Who is saturated hydrocarbons? All of you. Who is saturated hydrocarbons? I am asking. Can you understand the question?
Alkanes.
Alkanes.
Alkane.
That is what I am asking. Okay. Next, the third type of reaction, which is more even important. That is what we all knows that. What is that reaction, everybody?
Addition reaction.
Addition reaction. So from this only sample paper also question came, and from this only even board exam also. Before Corona, people used to ask the question from only addition reaction, because here only the questions will be always tricky and always need to ask from this. So this is the third chemical characteristics of organic compounds. That is what third type of reaction. All of you write addition reactions. Okay, so now Observe, what do you mean by addition? That is what the first you have to understand. So here, first of all, you remember replacement or substitution reactions is for what? Saturated or unsaturated hydrocarbons. Anybody? Yes, please. So is it for saturated or unsaturated? That is what my question. Substitution reactions.
Unsaturated.
Saturated substitution reactions for you did for what, guys? Saturated or unsaturated? Just check it here. You did for
Saturated.
unsaturated. Saturated hydrocarbon.
Saturated.
Now, coming to the addition reactions, it is for unsaturated hydrocarbons. So now, in a single line, if I want to say unsaturated hydrocarbons, understanding? By adding some element, okay? Some element, we will converting into saturated hydrocarbons. So that process is only called as, what we used to call, guys? Addition reaction. Okay, converting unsaturated hydrocarbons under the presence of some other element or atom. Okay, everybody, we are converting into saturated hydrocarbons. That process is only called as addition reaction. So unsaturated hydrocarbon combines with another substance and will give you how many products, guys? How many products here? Check it. Reactants are 2, but products are how many?
1.
1. That is what? Single product. That is what we used to call as addition reaction. So, addition reactions, like you can take addition of hydrogen, addition of chlorine, addition of bromine. That is what we can take halogens. Or characteristic property of unsaturated saturated hydrocarbons. Everybody, addition reactions are characteristic properties of whom? Unsaturated hydrocarbons. Just now you have written one statement. What is the characteristic property of saturated hydrocarbons? What is the characteristic property? Which reaction?
Substitution.
Reaction or replaced. Remember, replacement reaction also we can say replacing. Now here, addition reaction is the characteristic property of unsaturated hydrocarbons. So, addition reactions will given by all the unsaturated hydrocarbons containing what bonds, guys? Unsaturated hydrocarbons means
Double or triple?
Double bond.
double bond, or we can say what bond?
Triple bond.
Triple bond.
So double bond means we used to call it as alkenes, and triple bond means we used to call it as alkynes. Okay, so that is what you have to remember. Now, these addition reactions will given by, as we know that alkenes and alkynes. Let us describe one of the most famous reaction. That is what? Addition reaction of ethene with the hydrogen. So we can add hydrogen, chlorine, bromine, iodine, whatever it is. So as we know, let us start with a double bond. That is what? Alkenes. Alkenes. Who is the first family member? First member of alkene. I want to know from everybody. Girls, no response. First family member of alkenes. Methane or ethene?
Ethene.
Ethene. Because N is equals to how much, Sai? Pradosh?
2.
N is equals to 2. No N is equals to 1 is existed in alkenes and alkynes. N is equals to 2. So ethene. So ethene, I can add with what? I can add hydrogen, I can react with the chlorine, I can react with the bromine, I can react with iodine, whatever it is, I can just addition reaction is taking place. So now we are going to study addition of hydrogen with ethene. All of you write, keep heading. Addition of hydrogen. Addition reaction of ethene with hydrogen. Okay, write it. First, ethene, what is the formula? Everybody, ethene formula.
CH2 double bond CH2.
CH2 double bond CH2. Very good. So addition reaction, ethene with hydrogen. So as we know, hydrogen is diatomic molecule or a monoatomic molecule?
Diatomic molecule.
If I'll heat under the presence of catalyst called as, what is the catalyst? Anybody?
Nickel.
Catalyst.
Nickel.
Remember, Ni. nickel catalyst. We know under what is the importance of catalyst. It will increase or decrease the rate of reaction, controls the rate of reaction. So if I'll heat ethene under the presence of a nickel catalyst with the help of hydrogen, then we are going to get the compound. What is the compound we'll get? Everybody?
CH3 single bond CH3.
Yes, we will get the ethane. That is what? CH3 single bond CH3. Draw the structures, everybody. CH2, C double bond C. That is what we'll get one hydrogen, and one hydrogen and one hydrogen react with the hydrogen gas under the presence of nickel catalyst. Okay, we are heating so that we are going to get C single bond C. How many hydrogens will come? Everyone? 3 hydrogens each. That is what? CH3, CH3. So what is the total formula? You can combine and write. This formula is what? C2H4 and this formula is C2H6. So now tell me, who is unsaturated and who is saturated? This is unsaturated and this is, what is this guys?
Saturated.
Saturated. So this reaction is only called as, what reaction we can say?
Addition reaction.
Addition reaction. Okay. Pradosh is asking, sir, why can't we write ethene in C2H4? Pradosh, we want to show the bond, Pradosh. That is why I'm writing last. Do you understand, Pradosh?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, all of you should remember, guys. Now, they can represent hydrogen with R. R indicate what? Anybody can tell? Like this R they will represent in our NCERT book. So R indicate what? All of you.
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen. Understanding? So it is replacing with that. So here also I will take R. So it will gives you under the presence of catalyst. Under the presence of catalyst, I can converting into what? Okay. So that is what triple bond it will form. So sorry, single bond, so that it will get RRs. This is what the reaction even in given in sample paper also. So be very careful. R indicate what? R indicate unbalanced, like balanced electron is not taking place. So this is what the reaction I'm writing. In place of R, if I'll write R is equals to what? Maybe hydrogen or chlorine or bromine or whatever it is, you can write it. Your choice. That is what you have to remember. So under the presence of catalyst, the addition of hydrogen to an unsaturated hydrocarbon to obtain a saturated hydrocarbon, and this process is only called as, anybody called? Adding of hydrogen. Adding of chlorine, we say chlorination. Hydrogen?
Hydrogenation.
Hydrogenation. Very, very important, guys. Hydrogenation. Write it. Hydrogenation. And this process is only called as converting vanaspati ghee, understanding, from vegetable oils. So under the presence of nickel catalyst, converting, you will buy that vanaspati ghee in our supermarkets and all. Have you noticed it? Vegetable ghee or vanaspati ghee will say. With the help of vegetable oil, under the presence of this reaction only, addition reaction only, they'll prepare this vanaspati ghee. Is it okay, everybody? Semi-solid, we used to call it as vegetable ghee. We used to say like a solid fat or something. We say this is very, very dangerous to our health. So please don't consume that. So it's actually very, very extremely harmful. So that is what we'll study, that hydrogenation of oils also, how they will do. So how they will convert it also, and tomorrow we'll see that. So now this is what is addition reaction. So addition reaction is a characteristic property of unsaturated hydrocarbons, and substitution reaction is the characteristic property of saturated hydrocarbons. So till here if we'll study, then we'll remaining thing we'll study in our tomorrow's class. That is what hydrogenation of oils. So once if we'll study this hydrogenation of oils, then we'll go back to the two important boxes. That is what orange boxes, formation of coal and petroleum. And also you might be remember that some substances will burn with the flame, some substances burn without flame. So why it is happening? What is the reason behind? We'll study in our tomorrow's class. So after that, we'll go to the next concept, That is what some important carbon compounds. That is what ethanol and ethanoic acid and their properties. Okay. So thank you everybody. With this, I will stop till here. Please, all of you read in our page, in our textbook page number till 71. You have to read everything and you have to make it. So very, very important. All of you should remember this addition reaction. That is what vegetative converting vegetable ghee, that vanaspati ghee. Tomorrow I will teach that reaction more clearly. That is what hydrogenation of vegetable oils. Tomorrow we'll discuss it. Till here, you all people learn and make it. So thank you. We'll meet in tomorrow's class.